This video is sponsored by AG1. This pesto tastes like none of the pesto I've made in my life. None. What's up guys, Salut, this is Alex. So you guys know how much of a fan I am when it comes to Italian cuisine, right? And maybe Italian pasta more specifically. Now, I've covered pasta extensively, I feel, with carbonara, amatriciana, cacio e pepe, and of course, gricia. There's another one that I want to pay homage to today, and it's pasta
al pesto.
So just in case you're living on planet Mars, this is a basil-based sauce for pasta. So for the first 25 years of my life, this was pesto to me. I vividly remember myself pouring half of that jar in a salad bowl packed to the brim with overcooked pasta and then stuffing my face with the whole thing. I loved it. This was my introduction to Italian pasta sauces. Not super proud of this, not ashamed either. I feel like tasting it again is the right thing to do right now. It's... You can probably tell by my reaction, it's not very enjoyable, okay? I'm trying to determine what it tastes like, what the flavors are, but I'm having a hard time. There is a basil flavor. I know what it tastes like. It tastes like dry basil, which I've never liked in the first place. Delicate herbs should be enjoyed fresh. Tough, pungent herbs can be dried, like thyme, rosemary, all these, fine. But parsley, basil, tarragon, you can't dry them. The flavors are shifting when you do this. I'm not a fan of criticizing for the sake of it. I'm just saying I don't eat this anymore. I make it myself. Basil, olive oil, Parmesan cheese, pine nuts, garlic. These are the ingredients of an authentic pesto. There's no question about these. Now, let me show you the method I've been using to make pesto since I got serious in the kitchen. Pesto. Real flavor, grassy, some richness, some unctuousness. I'd say still slightly grainy, but let's be honest, this is a pesto to be proud of. You serve this to me in a restaurant over pasta, I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. I mean, right now, I wouldn't be so fine with it if it's an Italian restaurant, because there's been a little glitch in the system. You look for pesto recipes online, I'm telling you, 99% of them call for a food processor. And yet, there is one video that doesn't call for a food processor. One video, one little grain of salt that just crushes my whole story. Let's watch it. Okay, and now a few words from our sponsor, AG1. So renovating this space has been very energy consuming, very energivore, and I'm not even done yet. Now, something that has been helping me for the past year or so, every morning on an empty stomach, I've been drinking AG1. AG1 is like a pack of foundational nutrition. The cure has radically improved and even boosted my focus. Sometimes I even feel like it's improving my mental clarity. The boost in energy I've been feeling is sustained throughout the day. It doesn't hit like a caffeine shot at all. That's all I need, especially when we're working under peak production flow over here on the channel. And with winter temperature slowly knocking out the door, I can feel it in my body. I'm getting a full spectrum of vitamins and minerals that support my immune system. AG1 is supporting me all during this holiday season. And it feels good to be supported. If you want to give it a try, go to drinkag1.com/Alex and save $20 when you subscribe. AG1 is also going to give my community a free 1-year supply of immune supporting vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Thank you AG1 for sponsoring this video. Let's watch it. Pesto, the OG recipe. Of course, it is Italia Squisita, the authority when it comes to all things Italian.
Mauro Ricciardi, lavoro al ristorante Mauro Ricciardi.
Sono Giuliano Sperandio e sono lo chef di cucina del ristorante Le Clarence a Parigi.
Vedi.
So these two Italian super chefs, these two legends, are making pesto in the most traditional way.
Ecco, ora io continuo a inserire queste foglie qua.
The elephant in the room, they are not using a food processor, they're using a pestle and mortar. What they get at the end is what really struck me. Nothing like the pesto that I just made. Look at the texture, look at the color. Pale, fluorescent green. It's like a cream. This tastes good. But this and this, it's not the same stuff, okay? These are different products. I want the real deal. We got a plan. So if we want to go super traditional, we have to use a pestle and mortar. Now these are 3 pestle and mortars that I've bought over the years. With a pestle and mortar this big, it's just a matter of spilling, splashing everything around. Not super useful. I mean, this one, I thought it was a smart move at first, but it turned out to be a mistake. Having the bowl that is made out of wood, so the softest material, is wrong. Especially when the pestle is made from super hard granite. Because every time you've got seeds or like peppercorns in there and you're trying to pound them, they just get imprinted in the bowl. So this combination doesn't work. And that leaves us this one. This is the pestle and mortar that I want to use today. Now, in all honesty, there still are 2 problems with this one. Number 1, number 2. This bowl, this mortar, is at room temperature. And that is not optimal. You see, in traditional pesto making, you want a cold mortar. And this cold is necessary to preserve this beautiful, light, almost mint green color. Now, I do have a very simple trick to help keep all this very cold. So this goes in my freezer. Problem number 2, this pestle is made out of stone. That's all well and good when you're willing to grind hard peppercorns, but for tender basil leaves, we don't need this. We need the Italian version, which is always made out of wood. I don't have one, so I need to make one. This is how you turn a bed leg into an Italian pestle and mortar. Right, let's go get our ingredients. A bit of salt, a bit of pine nuts, a bit of garlic, beautiful basil, Parmigiano Reggiano, olive oil. This garlic comes from the south of France. It's called pink garlic. And it's the OG garlic in France. Smells amazing. First, I need to crush up the garlic with some sea salt. Now, this does a couple of things. First, it will release all those aromas found in the garlic. Second, and equally important, is that it also releases a chemical compound called allicin. This is a very potent and quite sticky compound that will help bind the pesto together. Similarly, we are grinding the pine nuts at the start to create a peanut butter-like paste. This will be what in the end makes our pesto deliciously creamy. Working with the pestle and mortar, you really feel the texture changing. With the food processor, okay, everything goes quick, but here I can feel that it's getting smoother and smoother and smoother and stickier and stickier. It's amazing. Basil is one of these herbs. It's wild, it's out there. It's very strong. It smells like pepper sometimes. Star anise. Or cloves, it smells like cloves. So I'm trying to use only the leaves because I don't want too many fibers in my pesto. So it's starting to come together, I can see it. It smells so good right now. It smells like Italy almost. I'm thinking if there are tourists walking down the street a few blocks from here, they're gonna question if they are in France, in Paris, or in Italy. A bit overkill, but it smells good. I'm doing this very slowly, very carefully, and I'm facing challenges. Sometimes I don't know if the paste is gonna come together, but then I keep on swirling, I keep on, slowly spinning this pestle, and I try to trust the process. I mean, who would have thought that making pesto, which is technically just a mix, would be this technical? And now it's time for the cheese. Some people go for Pecorino Romano, but I feel like Parmesan cheese or Parmigiano Reggiano is what you should be using. It brings something nutty and smooth and very complex to the game. Wow, it's very complex, so many flavors. It's almost like drinking balsamic vinegar. Right, I think this is it. Wow. Wow. That is very strong. Basil, in your face. Parmesan cheese, garlic, then you've got some richness behind it, but it's very strong. I can't end the video with me just licking this pestle. Okay, I'm gonna make pasta. Wow. As always, it's almost a shame to destroy that dish. Still gonna do it. Only one way to find out, right? That is very creamy. That is mayonnaise creamy. I'm not saying it tastes like mayonnaise, but it's mayonnaise creamy. Wow. That is also pretty pungent, pretty strong in terms of basil. I noticed that as I was making it. The smell is like, it's not overwhelming, but it's deep, it's very present, way more than with a commercially available pesto, even a good one. It's almost like this pesto is some sort of a basil concentré. It's like the essence of basil, almost to the point of being piquant. It's pungent. It's a beautiful dish.
It's humbling to see how difficult this dish really is. It's just a pesto. You just mix everything in a food processor and you call it a day. No, it doesn't work like this. By adding one ingredient at a time in a pestle and mortar that's at the right temperature, in the right order, you're able to create something that is so much more than the sum of its parts.
Now look, I'm not saying I'm never gonna make pesto in a food processor again, no. But I'm saying for special occasions, this is the way to go.
It really is a beautiful recipe. I genuinely wish that you guys are gonna try this at home.
I hope you enjoyed this video. We catch up in the next one. Bye bye.